So what brought me to Beacon of Life originally was I had chronic migraine probably since high school, late high school, about 20 to 25 migraines a month. It progressively got worse as I got older, and being in my late 20s at the time that brought me to Beacon Life, it was one that I feel like I had exhausted every avenue, and a lot of the doctors that I had seen wanted to put me on a daily medication, and at 28 years old I didn't feel that was something I should be doing at this stage in my life. I tried a lot of different migraine medications. I was allergic to a lot. I went and saw a couple specialists down in the city. They all wanted to put me on just trial medications, and they didn't ever want to seem to get to the root problem of my chronic migraine. Living with chronic migraine of 20 to 25 migraines a month, it affected me greatly. Family functions, it was always a wild card how I felt if I got up in the morning. If I had a headache, I knew I'd pretty much be done for the day. There were multiple family functions where I would be lying on a couch, sick in the corner. I'm a wedding photographer, and there were many jobs where I was not up to my best, being that I was throwing up or trying to hide from my clients the fact that I was sick and I wasn't feeling well. I would say probably what was the lowest point of my chronic migraine was driving with my niece and my nephews in my car, and I blacked out. I tried to pull over while not having any vision, and I hit a guardrail, which could have been a lot worse than what it was. Thankfully, my family understood. They weren't upset. The biggest thing was for me to get help, and that's what prompted me to finally do something and see someone that would actually try to solve and get to the base of my problem, what was causing my chronic migraine. What was frustrating about chronic migraine for me was the fact that I felt that I always had to be cautious. I always had to have some sort of exit plan in mind. Where was my medication? Could we leave this function early? Okay, if I can't make this, is there someone to cover me for work? My husband and I, we couldn't, go out and do things, hang out with friends, or go on vacation really without what happens if I have a migraine? Some employers that felt that I was a little too standoffish or short with, my coworkers or clients of that sort. And unfortunately, trying to be warm, friendly, bubbly personality while you're sick, or trying to keep nausea at bay while dealing with a migraine that you can't see or think clearly, has made life very difficult. I was short with family, and it was out of the realm of my normal personality from when I was younger. Family even said, they're like, what's going on with you? You're not your normal self. You're short, you're irritable. And I knew at that point I needed to do something about the migraines. When we started to have a family, what would that do with me raising kids? Would I be able to be involved in my kid's life? Or was I going to be the mom that was always at home sick, or, I was short with my kids because I wasn't feeling well or irritable? I didn't want to be that mom. I want to be involved with our kids' lives. So I first heard about Beacon of Life from my husband. Dr. Dan had made a welcome introduction at his place of work, and my husband discussed my chronic migraines with Dr. Dan, and in talking with Dr. Dan, he felt that this would be a really good option for me to go and see if they could help my chronic migraines. When my husband told me about it, I was skeptical. I tried chiropractic before, and it wasn't anything that I had results with. I was one of those non-believers. My husband kept pushing me. I kind of put it off for a while, but what drove me into Beacon of Life finally was I had numbness running down my right side of my arm, and I couldn't really move my neck. Came in just with so much discomfort and pain, and they took some x-rays, they did an assessment, and they presented to me with what was being found. They took the time to get to know and find out what was going on with me. And after the first adjustment and the relief that I felt, I was definitely impressed with it, and I felt that they could help me have a reduction in my migraines. I actually went home that night without a headache for the first time in a long time. The amount of improvement that I've had in my migraines from originally like anywhere between 20 to 25 a month, on a bad month for me, I now have 3 to 4 migraines, which hands down I would pick any day to versus what I was originally starting out with the 20 to 25 migraines a month. My quality of life has just improved. I don't have to have that exit plan in place of what am I going to do if I go to this place. I know that the chance of me having a migraine is slim to none. You know, my husband and I were able to travel more, we're able to enjoy doing more things. I'm able to do my job 10 times better. I'm not getting sick. I'm able to, laugh and have a better rapport with my coworkers and clientele, and I enjoy life more. I'm not afraid to go out and be away from my house. I really don't fear traveling or going out anymore. I look forward to doing things now. It's not a chore to get out of the house. My name is Megan, and I am a professional wedding photographer. I love to travel and ski in the West, and I am a practice member of Beacon of Life Chiropractic.